Morning everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison. Today we'll cover a quick look at the markets, what's happening with Bitcoin. Bitcoin price is going down just now and it's affecting all the alts at the moment. So we'll be having a quick look at the markets, and I want to kind of talk about the kind of dangers of overtrading as well. So in the premium group, I've kind of noticed that a lot of people are kind of overtrading just now, and when I make the calls, it's not to jump in and out within a space of a couple of hours. It's looking at it over a couple of kind of days and being patient and just waiting for the opportunity to get into a coin. Now you can of course day trade, and I'm going to show you something that you can do to jump into kind of coins and out of coins if that's your bag, if that's what you want to do. You can make small percentages that way, 2, 3, 4, 5%, even more than that sometimes, but you're not going to get it often. Especially on a down market as well, it's going to be difficult, but I do want to show you something as well. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. It's going to be a shorter one today because I'm out in about 40 minutes. So I'll make it a shorter one today, but we'll try and jam everything in as much as possible. Right, we'll just see who's in the house, see if we've got people in just now. 1 wee second. And remember, crush those likes if you like these videos, crush the likes, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell as well. Okay, we'll just go into the chat, see if we've got anybody in. We have got a few people in. Right, HT seems to be working okay, that's fine. Okay, we have Kim O'Brien, one of our brilliant admins. Good to see you here, Kim. I know you're always kind of working, and this is a rare opportunity to come onto live, so good to have you here. Michelle is in, Mike D is in, John Warburton, Tony Fernandez, Chris Noble, Hooded One. Good to see you here. BABB still mooning. I need to check on BABB, see what's happening just now. We've had a discussion about BABB yesterday. Chardan, Stephen Seedhouse is in, Davey Stewart, another one of our brilliant admins. Welcome to you. Got your message this morning, Kevin, thanks for that. JC Standard, Relx, Craig Knight, Mixter Oz is in, David Schwartz, good to have you back. Timo is in as well, good morning to you. Adeb, another one of our brilliant admins, good to see you here, mate. Stephen Huggins, Frozen Explosion, Paddington Bear, a new person to the channel, good to have you here, Paddington. James Oklahoma, another one of our brilliant admins, got our admins in today. Dean is in house. Mario Bagnoli is in, welcome to you, good to see you here. Errol Suleiman, Alex Jug, Rachel Kent is in with us as well, good. Mag Pollen, Rise and Shine, Dent going up. We need to have a look at Dent as well. Just gone on to Binance. Marcus Jafarau, Davey Stewie, thank you very much for the donation, really appreciate that, mate. Very much appreciated. Brock Oyibo, 1 cent is in, and Hooded One, the last 2-3 hours dropped. Steve, what are your thoughts on Pundy X and why it's crashing? I was in and out of Pundy X, bit of a nightmare. I seen at a bottom at 50, it was 61, 62, and I thought, okay, it's reached a support level. It kind of bounced off it a few times, and then it went down below it, so got out kind of almost immediately at 59 or something. 58, I got out of Pundy X because it broke that support line, which was an indication that it was going to go lower. Come on everyone, show the love, every little bit counts. Thanks for that, David. I really appreciate that. Okay, so we'll have a look at the markets just now overall. So where are we just now? As I said, Bitcoin is going down. We'll look at the Bitcoin price in a second. So overall market cap 261 billion. Not that bad considering, but we could be going lower. So we'll just have a look at Bitcoin price. Bitcoin dominance gone back up again, 42.8%. And we'll see who the winners are, if there's any winners. KuCoin shares, it's gone up 5%. Excellent. I've been recommending exchange coins for a while now, and I think a lot of them are going to do well by the end of 2018. Ogre's gone up. Moac, GX Chain, and Cortex are the only 5 coins that are up over the last 24 hours just now, because the whole market's gone down basically. So not good for the market. Biggest loser, Tezos, down 37%. Syscoin 18%. Ethos 17%. Had a big run up. Before Elf, Bitcoin is down. Bitcoin, where's that just now? Yeah, Bitcoin is down 14%. Dropel, Loom Network. So there's a lot in double digit reds today, which is not good. Ontology, this is going to be good for coming back up. $4.61. Ontology, that's going to be a good one when the markets can kind of come back overall. Right, I'll just go back to chat just now. James Oklahoma, that's a great point, Mario. Right, Mario said something. What did Mario say? I can't see it. Mario, morning Steve. I think it's important that you clarify for potential new members that the premium group is not a pump and dump, but rather a place to learn from the community. Yes, exactly. So if you join the kind of premium group, the link's down below for the premium group. What the premium group is a group of people that get together every day and we kind of chat about cryptos. And I give calls every day as well. What I think is going to be kind of on the up and up over the next few days. It's not over the next few hours or anything like that. It's over the next few days. So it's not a pump and dump group. So I don't recommend one coin and everybody jumps on it. I recommend it can be up to maybe 20 coins. You do the research with the kind of learning that you get from me and everybody else in the group as well. And the premium group is just a brilliant place for everybody to get together, support each other, encourage and teach each other as well. And I'm obviously in there kind of teaching as well. We've got a 3 to 6 strategy as well, where you can go from $1,000 to $1 million. It sounds, it doesn't sound easy, but you can do $1,000 to $1 million in 74 trades if you get 10% on each trade. But it's not that easy to get 10% in each trade, as we see, especially in a falling market as well. In a steady market and a rising market, it is going to be easier. But in a falling market like this, where we're up and down, it's a bit of a bloody nightmare, to be honest. So it's not good. We've just had another. Chris Noble, thank you very much for the £10 donation. Really appreciate that, mate. Brilliant. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. So yeah, it's up and down just now. So we're seeing coins rising, the altcoins rising. We're going, yeah, everybody's in a great mood and everybody's really kind of feeling good. And then it goes down again and thought, oh shit, here we go again. So it's up and down at the moment. But I want to show you a few things. If that is your bag, you want to day trade and you're in and out of a couple of coins throughout the day, I'm going to show you what to do. But I also want to show you the kind of macro view as well when you're looking at coins. So we're going to go over to, we'll go over to Trading View. I've now kind of switched over to Trading View instead of Coinage. It seems to be much better. And we're just going to go down a few coins just now. So what I normally would do is I look at the 6-hour chart to see, okay, what's up and coming, what's on the rise, and that kind of tells us there's a directional shift in a coin as well. So for example, we can go down these very quickly, which is why I like Trading View. And you can't do this on Coinage. You can go down them very quickly and we'll find one that's kind of on the rise. And you're not going to get a lot just now. So what I'm looking for here initially, there's a couple of things I'm looking for. I usually use the 15 EMA. So I'm going to change that, load chart layout, and we'll go the 15 EMA with DMI. So that's the 15 EMA. Right, this is a perfect one to kind of look at. So Monaco, that could have been called this morning, but that's on a 15-minute chart, and you can see there's no way somebody could have predicted that it was going to rise, because you see the red candle, it's on the way down, it's on the way down, then it suddenly goes back up. But you see this is on the 15-minute chart. In fact, we'll put it all the way down to the 5-minute chart, and we'll see it kind of started rising here. If you're on a 5-minute chart, you might have caught it on a day trade, and some people do use the 5-minute charts for day trading, but that's, I mean, you're literally in and out of coins, and you're looking for kind of big or short-term gains. So this would have netted you about 16% in the space of about an hour, but very difficult to catch that unless you're looking at the 5-minute charts all the time, and you have to be sitting at your computer all the time. But okay, so we're going to look at the macro view first of all, and then I'll tell you if you're looking to day trade, this is the best way to do it. Okay, so you can see on the weekly view, Monaco looks good for a long-term play, a longer-term play. You can see there's some kind of resistance at 14 or 145,000 Satoshi. So if it gets up to that, that'd be fantastic. If it breaks through that, it looks as if it's going to go even higher. So that's on a weekly view. So we'll just look at a few coins just now on a weekly view. I'll go to symbol, ADA. So we'll just see some up and coming coins on a weekly view, and this was Eternity. And we're still looking at the 15 EMA in this. Some of them you're not going to get. These are all Binance coins as well. So some of them you're not going to get. I'll just make sure I've switched over. Yes, I have. Right, so this is me going down very quickly. I don't know how you'll see this. This is a perfect one as well. So on Binance Coin, if you're looking at the weekly chart, you could have got in what had been way back in December and kind of looked at that and thought, okay, Binance is going up, and it was at 28,000 Satoshi. And if you got in there, you just stay in there until you reach your 10% stop loss. So you could have been in and out with your 10% stop loss, keep getting in as long as these kind of green candles are above the 15 EMA. And it's all above the 15 EMA. So if you just stayed in from December in Binance and you just stayed in and that's all you did, you didn't even set the stop loss, you just think, okay, this is going to be long term. This is the chart to look at, maybe the weekly chart. It'd have been fantastic, 28,000 Satoshi, and you would have gone up 10x if you got in December. So that's long-term plays. But I understand a lot of people are too impatient for that, and to be honest, I'm impatient for that as well. I want to make gains in kind of short period of time, but I also want to have long-term coins. So if you're looking for long-term ones, weekly chart is a good one to look at. And we'll have a look just to see if we can find one that's kind of up and coming, that's not kind of risen already. So Monaco was obviously one of them, and that looks good for the longer term. I don't think there's that many, to be honest, but the beauty of TradingView is you can go through all the coins on Binance very, very quickly. So that's what we're going to do just now. So here's another one. Ethereum Classic looks brilliant for a long-term play. And the thing with Ethereum Classic is broken it's at its resistance line of 262,000 Satoshi. That's the resistance line for it. So if it breaks through that and kind of stays through that, then it looks as if it's going to go higher. The next resistance would be round about 367 Satoshi. So Ethereum Classic looks brilliant for a long-term play, and you can see why here. And the DMI kind of gives us an indication as well, although this is kind of short-term because it's just came on to Binance not that long ago, back in the end of 2017, so we've not got a lot of data there. So you could have got in here round about 224,000 Satoshi. It's now up at 262. So you could have made a gain here of around 21%, but that's over a period of, say, 3 or 4 weeks. So we'll just keep going down, see if there's any others that are up and coming. So Funfair is one that's up and coming, 467 just now. And we can see here, this is a perfect example on the DMI. This is on a weekly chart. On a DMI, what we're kind of looking for on the DMI is the crossover between the kind of positive DMI and the negative DMI. And that kind of indicates what we're showing here as well with the green candles. So that's up and coming. It's not crossed over the 15 DMA, not crossed over the 15 EMA. But if we look at it on the daily chart, what happens there, you can see the crossover on the DMI as well here. That's because of a big jump up. And you can also see the directional movement is kind of high, or the ADX is 30. You don't need to know that just now. That's just another indicator I'm looking at to try and cut down on the number of calls. But I find it useful just now. And the kind of green candles crossed over. Here as well, would have went in at maybe 446 on that. You wouldn't have got a big, huge gain, but it looks as if it's going to go higher, 4.73%. You'd have got so far at the top, but 456 it is just now. So it looks as if it might be going higher than there. So just have another quick look on the weekly. See if there's any more up and coming. For the longer term this is, and I'll show you how to do the short term. It's exactly the same, you just kind of shorten the length. I don't think there was much more. Funfair looked a good one to me as well. Up and coming Kyber network. We've kind of called that, but it's not quite reached over, and we're looking for a green candle going through the 15 EMA, and a couple of positive green candles as well on the weekly would look really good. So this is me just going through every single coin on Binance, so it's getting much quicker to do that. Now this is an interesting one. Mana, we had a huge run up and the kind of problems with the API in Binance. I don't know if Mana was affected by that, but you can see the huge comeback down as well. It's at 1443 just now. It's still in play, Mana, on the weekly chart. Now we'll take a look at the daily. So it's out of play on the daily chart, but still in play on the weekly chart. So we'd have to come down and look to see what's been doing. So it's still on the down just now, but that might be a good one to bounce, but we'd have to wait on confirmation of that. So we'll look at the weekly, then we go down to the daily, then might go down to the 6 hourly as well. So if you're day trading, you're going to have to look at the hourly chart. Now this is something I don't do when I'm making the calls, but I notice a lot of people are day trading. So when I make the calls, it's usually looking at it for the kind of a day, 2, 3, 4, 5 days or something, just to say, okay, it's reversed the trend, it's up and coming, this is what it might do in the next couple of days. But people are in and out of these coins maybe 4 or 5 times a day, which is kind of over trading, and you're going to lose a lot of money that way. As well, because you're going to hit your 6% stop loss, get stopped out that, going to another one, 6% stop loss, hit that, going to another one, 6%. So you can lose a lot of money that way. So it's better if you're looking at a longer term view, but if you are day trading, this is the way to do it. So we'll just look at a couple of opportunities here and just go down. In fact, we'll just go down to, we'll go up to the kind of top ones just now. QKC, that was one that was called this morning. 1200, it came down because Bitcoin went down, but it's bounced off the 15 EMA, and this is another indication of a good kind of short-term play. So you can see here QKC crossed over, say around about 1065. You could have got in there, stayed in it for a couple of, well, just even for a day. It kind of bounced off the 15 EMA, was going up, bounced off roughly round about there, going up, bounced off, up, and it's bouncing off again the 15 EMA on the hourly chart. So QKC looks a good one to bounce back up if Bitcoin doesn't shoot down from here. If it stabilizes here and goes up, then QKC looks a good one. And you can see here on the DMI it crossed over round about this point as well, which is about 1050 or something. So that's a good indication, and you can see the directional movement, the ADX is up at 24. We'd normally want that to be up at 25, but that's just another indicator you don't really need to kind of look at, but it's just another good indication. So that looks good. This wouldn't look good because it's such a big rise, and you can see, so I don't know if that's been pumped and dumped. It looks as if that's happened, but there's no way you could have predicted that unless you're looking at the 5-minute chart. AGI, that's up and down just now, so I wouldn't recommend that. It's not really a brilliant one if it's short-term trading. Longer-term trading is a bit better if we look at the 6 hour. We can see it's much better on the 6 hourly chart. It's still in play just now. So it looks much better on the 6 hourly chart. But if you're just day trading, it doesn't look good because it's so choppy as well. And we'll just look at a couple of others just to show you if you're day trading. So Link has just come back down again as well. That would have been a good one, but just shot down as well with the BTC price shooting down. HSR, that's shot down as well. So there's not a lot of kind of good ones. ICN is coming up. BAT is still not in play. So these are on the hourly charts. And ETC is coming back up again. 265,000 Satoshi, so that might jump back up again. So as I said, that was a good long-term play. BRD. So we're just going through a couple. There's not going to be that many on the hourly because Bitcoin price is shooting down. But this will be where you find kind of little gems that you can jump in and out of. So if you're into kind of day trading and you're in and out of a few coins every day, the hourly chart is the best one to look at, and just use the 15 EMA just to see what's up and coming, what's crossed over, and you're not going to get a lot at all, to be honest, because of this Bitcoin drop. But just see if we can find any. There's not really that many. You're going to see, yeah, they're going to be a lot of kind of downturns. There's some coming back up, but they've not crossed over the 15 EMA yet. And some big drops in there as well. So there's not going to be a lot there. You can see QKC looks to be the strongest one at the moment. Even though the Bitcoin price is going down, that's still kind of bucking the trend a little bit. So it's 1195 just now. MCO, definitely not a good one just now, but better for the long term. AE coming back up. So if you're day trading, that's the kind of chart to use just to get in and out. You can see here, oh, that's TUSD, that's not going to really count. And this has come back down as well, HSR. So that looks a good longer term play. RCN looks good for the short term as well, 10,356. So it's came into play. Did it come out? So it went out to play and come back into play just now. That was ICN, not RCN. There's RCN. RCN has come back down again as well. So that's on the hourly chart. But if you look on the 6 hourly chart, looks better. It's still in play because it's above the 15 EMA line. On the DMI looks good. ADX looks good as well. So longer term is good, but not to jump in and out of. And so that's the dangers of over trading, because you're in and out of different coins all the time. You're just hitting your stop loss quite a lot. So that's definitely not what we want to do. So in the premium group, I kind of call these calls, look at the kind of daily chart and then come down to the 6 hourly chart as well. So on the daily chart, you can see here, we just kind of zoom in a little bit. Kind of RCN looks good on the daily chart. So it's crossed over on the 15 EMA. Then we come down to directional movement index and we can see it's crossed over there as well. Now the ADX is not that good at 18, but then when we come down to the 6 hour chart, and we can see the ADX looks good, crossed over in the DMI, and still above the 15 EMA. So longer term, talking, when I say longer term, I'm talking like 2-3 days trading. That's what I look at. That's when I make the calls of that. Now obviously I could make calls in the hourly chart as well, but in a rising market, you're probably going to get every single Binance coin. They're going to be in the trading zone on the hourly chart. So even on the 6 hourly chart, we've seen a couple of days ago, there was about 40 or 50 coins that came into play from Binance. So that's a third of all the Binance coins. So it's not good to do that. So if you're looking for longer term, use the weekly and think, okay, what's up and coming? What's doing well just now? What could be good for the long term? Look on the weekly chart. On the daily chart, look for a couple of days, 4 or 5 days, and see if it's going to be up and coming. What was the perfect one for that? I'll just look at ETC just now. ETC on Binance. Where is that? ETC. So you can see here on the daily chart, we'll just look on the daily instead. So it'll look good from here. So about 1,800, 188,000 Satoshi. It's now about 265,000. So if you got in there, you would have got a rise just now if you stayed in it of 42%. That's the beauty of being patient. And so a lot of people were in and out of ETC on the way up and on the way down as well, because it got stopped out and stopped back in. But if you're looking for longer term trading, that might be the best way to do it. Even in the 6 hourly chart, you could have gotten even lower. See, it's been up and down as well. I can't remember when we called it. I think I called it about 217,000 Satoshi. So we have to be careful of the dangers of over trading, because you're in and out of that and getting stopped out that 10% stop loss. And it's good to have the stop loss, but keep an eye on that particular coin. One of the best things to do is trade one coin. So you can see here, if you just traded Ethereum Classic, you could have made a lot of money that being in and out. So you could have traded it kind of from down here when it went up to about 217,000, I think we called it, round about here. Yeah, 217. So you could have been in there, kind of went up to 230, I don't know how much that is, about 5%, take your 5%, and it wasn't even crossing over back over, so you'd have still been in. You'd have still been in here, you'd have still been in here. So you could have got an 18% gain over a couple of days, and then you wouldn't really have got back out, or you could have went really higher than that, been of 25% or something like that, and then got out with your 10% stop loss. So you can be in and out of one coin, and just get to know that coin really well. You get to know the ins and outs of the coin and the trading patterns of the coin as well. That's the beauty of just kind of looking at one coin. But it's good to kind of look at a few once you get your confidence up with trading on one particular coin. TRX was a brilliant one for that. I was in and out of TRX all the time. It was a really brilliant trading coin. Where is TRX just now? It's not doing so well just now, obviously, but it's still good for trading. Let's look on Binance. Yeah, you can see it's up and down, so you can get in, get 16% gains, then it goes down, get back in again. So it's up and down just now. It's on the down just now, so a lot of people are just waiting on that coming back up. It really is quite low, 543 for Tron just now. Okay, I'm going to go over to a few comments just now. Oh, geez, oh. Kevin VT, $10 donation, thank you very much. Wow. Kim O'Brien, $9 now, thank you so much, I really appreciate that. A Deb, £5, thank you so much for that as well. Really, truly appreciate the donations, guys. Who did one? Tron will be my moon. I think it'll eventually go back up. We're just waiting on the whole markets overall going back up and that exuberance coming back to the markets. It's not there yet. We had a few days that everybody was really happy again, but it's not there yet. There's still uncertainty in the market just now. Tron is taking a dive at the moment. Yeah, it is, unfortunately. Yeah, thanks, Chris Snowball. Really appreciate that donation, mate. Tony P, morning, Steve. Morning, all. Harold is in the house as well. Gethin Davis is in the house. Morning, Steve and the CYT crew. George Charles, good morning. Nice to be here on the live today. It's good to see you here, George. Mac Paul and BNB. BNB. A really interesting one. It's on the down just now, but I just think for the long term, it's brilliant. If we look at BNB here, so you can see BNB, if you were trying to get into that just now, you just go no way. However, look on the weekly chart and you'll see what's happening. And we kind of spoke about this earlier. It's bouncing off the 15 EMA. So what I would do if I was trying to get into BNB is wait until it reached 204,000 Satoshi. Round about that 15 EMA line. Or it'll get higher, obviously. So it might be good to wait on that. I don't know if there's a wick there. Just going to see. Is that a wick or the line? I need to take out the grid view. Don't know how to do that yet. I don't know how to take out the grid view. But I don't know if that's a wick. I don't think it is a wick. So it's down just now, but if you want to get into BNB and you think it's a brilliant long-term play, you can either get in just now and just wait on it going back up again because it's come back down from a high of about 25%. So it might be you say, okay, this is a brilliant long-term coin, I'm going to get in just now because it's on a kind of downward slope. But if you really want to maximize your profits, is wait until it bounces off that 15 EMA, which is round about kind of this price here where we can see 191, 190,000 Satoshi. So it might get down to that, you don't know, but it's at 204,000 Satoshi just now. So that would be a good point to get in to maximize your returns. And I do think Binance is a really good long-term play, and I do think it's a $100 coin as well. Honest Crypto Journey, morning all, what have I missed? Not much, we're just talking about the dangers of overtrading. I noticed a lot of people in the premium group were overtrading, and it's just not a good thing because you lose confidence in overtrading. It's better to step away for a couple of days and just study the charts. Study what's happening and study the ones that have been kind of up and coming just now. So if we go into Binance just now and we kind of look at what's the highest, MFT, a lot of people got into that and got burned with that as well. 244, 236 is down lowest. Might come back up, but wait on confirmation on it coming back up instead of going in blindly. If you kind of look to the charts, you just seen it was coming down, it's coming down. But at the time the coin was going up, there was a lot of kind of talk about it, exuberance about it. But you'd see this wouldn't be a place to get in just now. You'd wait on it turning, even if you look at the 15-minute charts, just to see the best point to get in. But now definitely wouldn't be, I wouldn't advise to get into MFT at the moment. But it might bounce back up and you might see the 7 MA crossing over the 25 MA. That might be a good indicator, or crossing over the 15 EMA. And that's where you're looking at key as well. even just looking at the Binance charts, you kind of key is coming back up. That's on a 15-minute chart. And we'll just look to see on the hourly chart. So it's not in play at the moment. It wouldn't be in play even on the hourly chart just now. But if you're holding key, it's probably going to bounce back up again if you're holding key for the longer term. So for the longer term, I wouldn't really be too worried. And this is the time to do some research on key and look at the Reddit channels and look at the kind of Telegram groups as well, see what's going on, see if there's any news coming out that kind of gives you more confidence to actually hold the coin as well. So we'll look at QKC. That's the best one just now, but it's still kind of down, but it's coming back up again. That's on the hourly chart, 6 hourly. So you can see on the 6 hourly, the 7 MA is just about to cross over the 25 MA, which is a bullish indicator. So that's one I kind of recommended this morning. I thought that was going to be a good one to get in for the longer term, not just for a couple of hours, for the longer term as well. And this is on a downturn with the Bitcoin price as well. So it's still looking good. QKC for a bounce up. Vibrate, sorry, not Vibe. On the 6 hourly chart, this is looking good as well. So crossed over at 1102 and went as high as 1581. So that was a 40% increase. And that's the kind of things you're looking for. So don't kind of overtrade. I just want to kind of really kind of push that home. Paddington Bear, what does the lower chart show? The lower chart, we were kind of looking at this. Sorry. The lower chart is showing the DMI, that's directional movement indicator. So we've got a green line here. When the green line crosses over the red line, which is the negative directional movement, when the green line crosses over that, that would be a good indication to start getting into that particular coin. And I like this just as another indicator, just to confirm what I see on the top chart here, which is either a crossover on the 15 EMA or a crossover unit 7 and 25 moving average. And that kind of confirms that kind of perfectly here. You can see it's just before it. So that gives a good indication that this kind of orange line here, that gives us the ADX, it gives us the strength of the actual movement. So we can see here the red line, that's a directional movement downwards, that's a negative. So that strength was really, really strong. So it's coming down all the way, coming down, coming down, coming down. And you can see that's breaking down now. So the ADX is coming down because we're starting to come back up again with regards to a positive movement. So we'll see this kind of upturning. If this continues and goes up, we'll see this upturning. And if the green's still above the red, that means it's a good positive indication it's moving in the right direction, and the strength of it will be your ADX score as well. And so we want really our ADX score in the directional movement to be above 25, maybe above 20, but ideally above 25. So Storm wouldn't have been a good one to kind of look at. I was in Storm as well. 283, so got out of Storm as well. At 2, I can't remember what I got out at. Right, I've certainly learned a lot from my first month in the premium group. Well worth it for those contemplating it. RC, thanks very much, RC. Honest Crypto Journey, how to quickly scroll through assets on Binance using the cursor keys? And doesn't work for me in Coinigy. That's why I got out of Coinigy. That was one of the big reasons I got out of Coinigy. And I didn't realise that TradingView you could just quickly scroll through, because it was taking me ages in the morning to do all the calls, because I had to go over and click and click down on each one. But now I can use the arrow keys on TradingView. So I definitely recommend TradingView, and Coinigy uses TradingView anyway. It uses the charts on TradingView, and there's a lot more you can do with TradingView as well. But I'm just learning more about it as well, learning the benefits of TradingView, so definitely recommend that. And there's a free account you can get as well on TradingView. Mike D, another one of our brilliant admins here. What we've got to remember is that 3 to 6 is not about days, it's about trades, so patience is imperative. Brilliant point. So the 3 to 6 strategy that we're talking about is going from 3 zeros to 6 zeros, and that's really what we're looking at. If we get 10% on each gain, you can get from $1,000 to $1 million in 74 trades. No, it's not going to be easy. You're going to take losses and you're going to jump up 20%, but you're going to move through the different stages of that as well. That's what it's all about. But on the way, you learn trading. So if you start with a small amount, say $250, you learn all about trading. That's one of the most important points at the very beginning, using 3 to 6 strategy as well. Moose, what's happening with Pundy? Pundy is just not good at all at the moment. We'll just have a look at Pundy just now, and we'll just look at it on the 6 hourly chart. So 53. So I kind of got in, I thought bottomed out round about here. I thought, okay, this is the bottom. This is getting support at these levels. You can see the wick. And we just kind of look at the line. You see a horizontal line. Round about here. And we'll just do that as green line. So round about here was support for Pundy X. So I thought, okay, that's the support. I'm going to get in here. It got in, but then it broke that support. As soon as it broke that support, I thought, okay, it's not going to hold. So I got out of it straight away, and you can see it's come back down another, kind of, what did it drop from there? 15-17% or something. So, but we just don't know where the support is. I wouldn't go in blindly with this on Pundy X. Just because it's hit the low of 54 doesn't mean to say it's not going to go lower. So we wait on confirmation here. That's what we're going to have to do with Pundy X. Confirmation would be if it's above, I'll just get rid of this line. If it's above the 15 EMA, once it starts to rise above that, then that would be kind of confirmation. But we have to wait on the green candles going through it, or we'll have to wait on the 2 green confirmation candles. So once it hits that, goes through it, wait on a second confirmation candle, and that's when it's on its rise. And a lot of people might think, okay, oh shit, it's gone up to 64, I'm too late to get back into it. But you're not. When it's on the rise, that's the best time to buy it. You don't want to try and catch the bottom with it. You want to see when it's going to be on the rise or on the turn. And that's when I thought, okay, 59 is a support line, or 61, 62 is a support. I'm going to get in there. It looks like a good support according to past, what it was doing in the past, over the past week or so. But what clearly wasn't, it just broke down there. So you just jump out and take your loss. So I took a loss of 3.17% on Pundy yesterday. So you have to look at the charts kind of all the time and just be careful with it as well. But it's not looking good just now, but I've no doubt it'll come back up. It's just when it's going to come back up. But wait for the confirmation before you get back in. Stephen Huggins, so do you set a stop limit for gains and not just losses? No. So what you're doing is you're setting a stop loss limit as well. So when you go into coin, we set a limit of 10%, stop loss limit of 10%. So it gives it some wiggle room to kind of move up and down. But then when it starts moving up, then you move your stop loss up with it. So if it moves up kind of 2%, you would move your stop loss up with that as well. Keep on moving it up, keep on moving it up. And then when it reaches a peak and you're at the 10% stop loss limit, but you're already in profit of say 10%, you're not going to lose anything. You're going to lose that 10% down, but then you look at the coin again and say, okay, when's a good time to get in? That's when you use the 15 EMA line to see, oh, is it going to bounce from here? Is it going to go down? Should I stay out? That's when you ask that question. But as long as you're making gains. So you move it up. So there's no way on Binance yet, unless you're using an API and a kind of bot, which I do not recommend at all. You can do a moving stop loss. So they've not got that on Binance yet, which would be brilliant if they could get that. They've not got it yet, unless you're using a bot. But as I said, I don't recommend using that. So you have to manually go in and kind of set that. So I'm going to show you just now, actually. So I'm using the 3 to 6 strategy on Binance just now. So I'm into fun just now. So I bought fun at 459. So we'll see where that is just now. So it's at 456, so it's not doing too badly considering Bitcoin price has gone down. So what I would do, so I would say, okay, I've gone at 459, say 460, so 10% of that's 46. So I'll put a stop loss at 46 below 459, which is what, 413? Is that right? 413. So I'll go to stop limit. I'll say, okay, when fun gets to 416, I want to trigger something to put an order in to sell my fund. So you want to make sure you're doing it the right. So what I would do here, instead of just manually doing that, I'd click on here. So it's at 456, and then I would move that to 416, the stop limit. Put 413. Want to do 100%, and I'm going to sell fund from here. Place the order. It gives you a kind of warning here. So it says if the last price drops to or below 416, an order to sell 90,000 at 413 will be placed. So there won't be an order here until it goes through 416, and then it'll trigger an order to be placed and to sell at 413. So do that just now. That's my 10% stop loss in place. Now if fund goes up to 500, I would move my stop loss up to 450. So just cancel this order and move it up to 450. If it goes up to 550, I'll cancel it and move it up to 495, and just keep moving it up, and then seeing where it is. And you might want to say, okay, I think this might be the top. I'll get it out at 500, and you'll take 20% profit instead of just kind of waiting on the stop loss hitting. So if we look at fund just now, this is where why I came back to fund just now. I'll just look at fund BTC. So you can see here, it's looking good on the 12-hour chart. It's looking good on the 6-hour, but you might think, oh, that's kind of at the top just now. I don't want to get into that. However, if we come out and look at the weekly chart on fund, we can see it's got 3 green candles on a weekly chart, which is really good. And we can see where is the next resistance for fund just now over the longer term. The next resistance is at 567. So we can get up to that, and if we go through the resistance, it's going to go even higher, but it might be that it bounces back down from that. So I want to see it going back up to 567 before I get out of it, or if it goes back down and I hit my stop loss at 413. So that's what I'm looking at for fund just now. That's just an example. I'm just telling you what I'm kind of getting into. Kim O'Brien, crush the likes, everyone. Yes, please crush the likes if you like these videos. I've got about 5 minutes left. Mark Kelty, do you think it'll be the Asian market that opens the floodgates this year for the next bull run? I think everybody, because the institutional investors are getting in, the ETFs are coming on board. I think the Asian markets, there's going to be lifting of bans and stuff like that as well. It's just going to, I just think the end of 2018, you're just going to see such a different market from what it is just now. A lot of people are down just now on the market, but I think it is definitely going to come back up for the end of 2018, and then there's going to be a tipping point where everybody knows about crypto, and they're going to be asking the pension managers, are going to be asking the fund managers to get into crypto, to start kind of exchange traded funds or funds for crypto specifically, because it is the biggest way it's going to be the best way to invest for the future as well. But we need to start using the currency. We need to start using kind of Bitcoin for what it was intended for. That was as a cryptocurrency. We're not doing that just now. We're using it for speculation and investment just now. And as a store of value, it's brilliant for a store of value as well. So I think it's going to be a collection of everybody kind of getting into the market, not just the Asian market. It's going to be all around the world. And it's changing just now. We see it changing every single day. Dent just spiked, new apps platform. Yeah, where is Dent just now? I know it's kind of went on to Binance. I don't even know if it's kind of trading yet on Binance. No, it's not trading yet on Binance. Or is it? I'll look at the 5 minutes. No, it says minus 3.3%, but it's not. Doesn't seem to be. There's Dent just now. Up 46%, wow. Market capitalization of 54 million. But if you look at it, it's been up as high as kind of 10 cents. So 20 times where it is just now. It's been as high as that. And the price, market capitalization has been at $1 billion for Dent. A couple more comments, then we'll kind of finish up. Binance has stop loss, but I noticed some of the other exchanges don't. Yeah, a lot of the exchanges, you'll find the decentralized exchanges don't have stop losses, or most of them. But Binance is a good one, and that's why we focus on Binance for the premium group as well. Mag Paul and Steve, why almost all new cryptos on Binance have fallen down the first couple of days? It's just the way Binance put them on. So when they go in, you can see a really high price, and then it kind of comes shooting back down. So the best thing to do, we've seen this with the MFT, is to wait a couple of days until it stabilizes and then see, okay, is this a good coin to get in, and use that couple of days to research it to see if it's going to be a good one to get in. But there's a lot of speculation on it as well. And IDEX, I think MFT was on IDEX, it was trading at 700% above where it was the day before because of the Binance listing. So a lot of people sometimes get into IDEX as soon as Binance kind of makes the announcement, go into IDEX, buy the coin, and kind of sell it at a much higher value as well. But you have to be on the ball for that. Chris Noble, great day trading info today, Steve. Can you do a day trading view tutorial video? That would be quality. Trading view is quite daunting at first glance. It is, but if you're used to Coinigy, it's not that bad. But yeah, I'd love to do something like that if that's going to help you. I'd like to do a wee kind of series on that. It'd be quite good. Vin, hi Steve, what do you think about Ontology chart? Ontology chart just now is not looking good at the moment, to be honest. So we'll go to Ontology Bitcoin. So that's a weekly view. We'll just go on to the daily view just now. So you can see on the daily view, it doesn't look good at all for Ontology. I've no doubt it's going to turn again, but I'm not going to second guess and try and guess the bottom. That's just like trying to catch a falling knife. There's no point in doing that. We'll look at the 6 hourly chart. Still on a downturn as well. You can see it crossed down over at 97,000 Satoshi. It's now down to 73,000 Satoshi. However, once there's confirmation that this is kind of turned and the directional movement is going to turn and it's going to be a new trend, an uptrend for it, then I think it's going to rise very, very quickly. So I think it's definitely one to watch, but I wouldn't like to try and call the bottom here because it's still going down. It's going down all the time. If we look at the hourly chart, even on the hourly chart, there's no indication that it's going to come back up. There's a couple of green candles there, but it has been on the way down. So that's not a confirmation that it's coming back up. Hi Steve, what do you think? Alright, Ontology, Sean Posse. Sean Posse, I use 3 commas, works really well. 3 commas, don't know about that, Sean. Somebody mentioned that before in the premium group, I think. CryptoRack, is there a video on premium explaining the DMI indicator and how to set it up, settings, colors, etc.? CryptoRack, no, there's not just now because I didn't know if it was going to be a useful indicator or not. But I have to admit, I found it quite useful just for confirming what I'm looking at the top charts. So I found it quite useful from that point of view, and I was going to do a video if it was going to be really useful, but I don't know if it's going to confuse people more or it's going to help them more than it's going to confuse them. So I've not done a video yet, but if it is going to be helpful, I definitely will do that in the premium group. Pascal Amsterdam, have a great day, Steve. You as well, Pascal. Mac Pawn. So next time I wait for a few days. I bought MFT yesterday. The biggest mistake ever, 60% down. Been a nightmare, been an absolute nightmare for that. But you've seen what happened. We'll just make this last one with key. If we go into key just now, self key. So we can see here on the 6 hourly chart or on the kind of daily chart. So key came onto Binance. It did go quite high, and then it came back down again, and we called it. I think we called it round about the end of June at 142. So we thought this could really do well, and we can see it went from 142. If we look at that all the way up, I think it was 750, about 400% it went up. So that's why it's good to wait a few days. But some of the coins that go into Binance very rarely shoot right back up or shoot right up straight away, but not usually. It usually takes a couple of days for them. But I have to admit, on MFT, I kind of looked at the charts and I thought it might be a good time to get in at 337 or 335, I think, and 335 Satoshi. But then I thought, no, it's just too risky. There's no point in being even in this trade. And I got out at 337, 0.6% return on it. But I thought it's just way too risky. I'm just going to leave it. And I got out at 337 again. It's down at 315 at the moment. Just look in the hourly chart. So it's not in play yet on the hourly chart, but we've got 2 green candles. If the 2 green candles, if we get 2 confirmation candles above the 15 EMA, then it could be a good time to get in on that. So this, you don't know, this might be the bottom for it, but it has been as low as about 281. So it might be the bottom. This might be the start of the uptrend, but wait on confirmation before that happens. However, having said that, we're going to look at the hourly chart on that self key as well. It would be looking at MFT coin. Where is that just now? So we can't really look on the 1 hourly chart. So we're looking at 15-minute. That's just closest one to it. So even on the 15-minute chart, MFT is not in play on the 15-minute. And there's a strong downtrend for it just now. So we're sitting in at 250. I was talking about MFT before when I got into MFT. I was looking at the wrong chart. I do apologise. So wait on the confirmation candles above the 15 EMA and then make a decision as to whether or not to get in or not. And you can see there's been some kind of breakouts, but they're kind of false breakouts and have kind of come back down again. So I would wait on that settling. And if you're in it just now, it might be that you want to hold it. I don't know if it's going to go down much lower than this. It's not been a sharp rise to the downside. So it seems to be kind of leveling out just now, and it might be on a downturn. So if you're holding it, you have to make a decision whether to get out if you think it's going to go lower. But look at the charts first to kind of make that call. And look at the hourly chart. You can't really see much on the hourly chart. Okay, I'm going to have to leave it there just now, guys. Thanks everybody for jumping in. Really appreciate it. Thanks for your time, all your comments and your messages, and really thanks for the support in the premium group as well. Really appreciate it. And thanks to Adeb, Kim O'Brien, Kevin VT, Chris Noble and Davey Stewie for their donations. Really, truly appreciate it, everybody. And thanks again. I will see you this time Monday. Have a brilliant trading day. Have a brilliant trading weekend if you're still trading. But learn as much as you can. Pull out of the market if there's a down market just now. Take that time to learn as much as you can about kind of trading, and then come back in with fresh eyes. I think that's a good thing to do. Okay, have a brilliant day. Until next time, namaste. Take care. Bye now.